Hello and welcome to All Shorts. Sorry, it's got techie issues. For some reason, YouTube doesn't seem to want to connect as it did before. Yeah, it's having a bit of a hissy fit, that it is. Where should I put that? Oh, okay. Is the light a bit weird? Looks a bit weird. Might have to try and do something like that. Okay, bring it up. So yeah, 1st of August is going to be a bit interesting. It's only a couple of days away. Yeah, because your wine is about to get a darn sight more expensive because of new duties. Confusing duties. It's not straightforward like it was before. Yet Rishi Sunak, when he made his announcement, his budget, tried to make out that's going to make things easier for everybody. But no. And when you consider the price of wine and spirits, what have you, had already gone up because of Brexit, because it's darn sight more expensive, more difficult to import the flippin' stuff from the EU than it was before. Now, some people can argue, aren't they, that the CPTPP will make things easier to import, like wines from further afield from the Pacific. Oh, quite possibly, because they do keep, I suppose. But it ain't going to help our, wine producers in the UK either, though, is it? Just like it ain't going to help the farmers. No. Well, oh, hello, Lefty Boater. Hope you're well. So, yeah, so we've got anyway. We've got Lefty Boater, we've got Timberwolf, and Mad Monk 33. Hello, Mr. Spanner. I hope you're well. Well, it was a bit of a random one. I thought, I saw this. So I thought, I'll go live. That's what I thought. I'll go live. Yeah, I got my wine because I want to talk about wine. Yeah, it's lovely and cheap, Just so you know, just to let you know, can't be bad, can it? But don't worry. At least you got your Farrage gin. Oh, wonderful, wouldn't you say? Well, it looks like it's working okay now. That's a bit weird because normally what I do, I normally start streaming it so I can preview it, but it's not connecting. But if I go live, it then connects. Didn't used to do that. No, that's a development. Let's increase that. Change that lighting. It's a bit weird. I got a little bit washed out. Now a little bit dark. Oh my god, I can't win. Yeah, I'll do. I'm still a bit dark, don't I? Oh crikey. Right. So yeah, on the 1st of August, it's all happening. Oh dear. Oh dear me, dear me. There you go, that's better. So let's get out of the way. So in this article that happens to be in FT, yeah, the Financial Times. Are they a lefty paper? Or do they just talk a bit of sense? Do you reckon? Maybe. So hello, Rebecca McGall. I hope you do. McDougal. RDI. I hope you're well. Well. Oh dear. Yeah. The UK wine drinkers are going to face higher prices as the Brexit hangover kicks in. Well, this was actually, it was back then in 2021, January 2021. We know why that is, don't we? Because of the transition period and what have you. And the prices had already increased because of Brexit. And now they're likely to get a whole load more expensive. Now, many exporters in the EU are going to say, well, this isn't worth the candle. Now, we know one exporter, a UK exporter, a Welsh geezer. Yeah. Well, he's set to set up in the EU. Daniel Lambert. We've talked about him before. I think he's phoned in on James O'Brien's show. Oh, God, I hope he's back next week. God, it's been terrible without James O'Brien. There we go, I don't watch him every day, so. Well, this was back in 2021. It said some 28 million people in Britain drink wine at least once a month. Not in France, you drink it every day because it's like water. It's cheap as water it is. Yeah. Sorry. I can prove it to you in a minute. I will. I'll prove how cheap. Right, we've got some nice Merlot down there. Now, how much was that? This second. Oh, I've got a couple of bottles here, which I'll just. These two bottles here, right? We just got these the other day. And this little Merlot here. This can make you sick. €1.79. That one. That's like a little wine shop in San Juan. 1.79, and it's really nice. And I got this other one here. This was at €2.49. This was. Oh, it's even comes with cobwebs as well. It's great, isn't it? It's like got a deep dimple in the bottom. Oh, there it is. And it's a recultant, which means that the grapes are sourced on the vineyard where it's been, where they made the wine. And that was €2.49. A little Bordeaux. Oh, 2019 Bordeaux. That was 249. Look. 2017 is quite a good year, apparently. Anyway, so yeah, I just thought I'd just show you that. Yeah, I thought it was a live shopping video. Okay, well there you go. It's a live shopping video. There goes wine, and then there's another bottle of wine. I do excuse my voice because I've still got this flipping bug. God, I've been really ill, suffering. Yeah, so I got live now because I kind of like woke up a bit. Oh, Lefty Post says the cheapest wine is from the Co-op at £4.85, and it's minging too. Can you remember the Tesco's stripy value wine they used to do? Oh my god, that was awful. A dead giveaways when you look at the percentages. We see that even with these new duties that are coming in play on the 1st of August, obviously the more alcohol that's in the wine, it's going to become more expensive. It's almost like a scale thing going on. But it's going to complicate matters. So where they think they're making savings with the extra administration, it's just going to become more expensive. It's going to knock it. It's just going to negate itself. Now, Daniel Lambert, he's done a thread on Twitter, which I'll share with you in a moment, pretty much explaining the extra level of crap that he has to put up with. Now, if you don't know who Daniel Lambert is, he's basically a wine importer. He buys wine from the EU, generally France and places like that, and then brings it over to the United Kingdom and sells it. And he's a small wine importer, reasonable amount of money he brings in. But, he knows firsthand the problems. Now, he had to put a load of wine out right at the beginning of the end of the transition period to import the wine. That was going to Bunda's warehouse. It took months to get it out. Well, you've just made all this investment because you're going to have to pay for the wine. Oh, hello, Wally. Oh, my buddy Olga Dora there as well. Yes, you're going to have to pay for all this wine while it's just sitting there not earning any money. Luckily, it doesn't necessarily go off. I might do a Brexit, so I'm going to get the Brexit benefits. Now 47 years, isn't it? But about that, yeah. But you know who says it's, well, okay. At least. Oh, crikey. It's all messed up on here now. Yeah. I can't find it now. Oh, there we go. It's rather uplifting.
I think it's rather uplifting.
Apparently. Actually, I didn't even know if that... Well, did that sound? Didn't even hear that. There's audio's there. Might have to bring that up. Let me just check my audio.
I think it's rather uplifting. I think it's rather uplifting.
A bit low. A bit low. Yeah. Might have to mess about with that. I've got to do all my levels. I've already done them once on the other computer, and I've got to do them all on this one. Crikey, it takes ages, absolutely ages. 64 sounds on there, and I've got to do every single one. Oh, anyway, wine. We do like our wine. There's a phone box chicken here. Hello, phone box chicken. I used to buy some Romanian red wine from Co-op for $2.99 when I was at university. $2.99. That was cheap then. Yeah. When was that in university? When was phone box chicken in university? Is it recent or is it a long time ago? Oh, do they still crush grapes with smelly feet, says Jasper Edwards. I don't think so. You might get some specialist cheese and wine growers and that, whether you need the extra cheese and that, they might do it with your feet still. Like that film. What's that film again? Oh, my giddy aunt. Oh, I'll come to me in a minute. Anyway, there's a film where they're crushing grapes with their toes. So, Timberwolf, where is Marcus? Who is that bloke, says Timberwolf? He's too thin to be Gabrielle. Too sexy to be back with PI. Thanks for that, Timberwolf. Much appreciated. Oh, nice. I was about 20 years ago at the $2.99. Oh, okay, fair enough. It's not going to be $2.99 now, is it? God, no. Not at all. Oh, my God. I bet you. I really do. It's, like I say, wine is, if you go to the bistro or calf or whatever, and you want to get yourself a cheap drink, you wouldn't necessarily go for beer, so you'll pay around for 250 mils, depending where you go, between €2 and €2.50-ish, and then obviously depends on what it is. But cheap, it's just like 1664 will be about 250 for for a quarter of a litre. But if you want a bottle of Coke, I'd be like about $3.50 or something stupid. Yeah, Coke's more expensive than a bottle of beer. But yeah, wine, if you want to get yourself a good, a full glass of wine like that. Some cabs around here, they sell about €1, A glass of wine. But not everything is cheap. Don't run away with that idea. Everything's cheap in France, because it's not. Although food prices in the UK have obviously increased in the UK, in France it is generally quite expensive. Some food stuff, but it's very dependent on seasons. You know, you don't generally get stuff out of season. You know, you get some stuff out of season, but it's not. You tend to avoid it because it's not very good. You don't buy strawberries out of season. They're hard and they're white on the ends, and they're just terrible. Don't know people bother with them. Besides, if you're going to buy strawberries there, you go for Garaday. Yeah, Garaday's is it Garaday or Garagay? Anyway, they're little French strawberries. Oh god, they're so good. Or grow them yourself. Grow them yourself is always the best way. Oh dear me, Ginger's was still in bed. Oh dear me. Oh sorry, you got your gym jams on. Ginger's got gym jams on. Yeah. My daughter got me this wild shirt. What do you reckon? It goes with a blue hat, I suppose. Oh dear. Sorry if I woke you up, Gingers. Oh dear. Lovely boa. Hello there. Yeah, got my little wally. He's snoring away. That he is. Well. That's funny. The cheapest wine cup is £4.85. That's quite a lot on that. That is a lot. Not everybody can afford all this, can they? You know, it's an extra cost of living. And it's like a little bit here and a little bit there, and all of a sudden you've got a big bit. You know, your whole cost of living is just expanded. That on top of the energy prices and everything else that's going on. There was some good news though. I would say it's good news. Some people would disagree, and people I don't really care about that. But with Brexit, might say it's a benefit of Brexit. You could also say it's a benefit of the war in Ukraine, because that's part of the problem. But the fertilizers, the farmers had to reduce their fertilizer use, which is obviously a good thing. But they actually started to find that their crop yields have increased by reducing the fertilizers. Now, for too long, they relied on overworking the soil and just applying loads and loads of chemicals just to grow anything. And now they're starting to realise or start to see the benefits of not putting as much fertilizer on. Now, everyone's going to say it's a war in Ukraine, but I'll tell you now, September, I think it was around September, the year before the war kicked off in Ukraine, there was shortages of fertilizers, and these fertilizers, partly because fertilizer plants in the UK weren't closed down, and other reason was a lot of the fertilizers were not coming necessarily just from Ukraine, but they were coming from other places. You know, like nitrogen and what have you. It was coming from the Netherlands and what have you. And it wasn't just that; it was like CO2 gas, which is part of the coming from the production of these fertilizers, a byproduct of, and the whole thing's a knock-on effect. And this was before the war in Ukraine, before COVID. You know, the farmers at the time were complaining about Brexit. They couldn't get the stuff into the country because of Brexit. It's like been one problem after another. It's just more of a perfect storm of problems, really. They're all problems, and they're all like layered on top of each other, aren't they? So all the other countries in the EU do struggle a bit with it all, but also in the UK we've got that added cock blocker, Brexit. It's a fertilizer block. I don't know. It seems to block everything. All these copious amounts of red tape. So we've got all these extra trade deals now, and we've got to manage all these trade deals. And apparently, they want to try and get rid of civil servants. How can you get rid of civil servants when you've got to actually manage all these extra trade deals? That's silly. We had one. Well, one that we were particularly interested in, obviously, was when we were a member of the EU. Oh, I remember the days. Oh, bliss. Well, in this article, in the Times, the Financial Times, that is. So we got this one here. They were saying that the price of wine was going up anyway. UK drinkers may face up to £1.50 extra a bottle on many European wines, and this was just after the transition period. Choosing from a reduced range, and merchants have warned as the burden of post-Brexit paperwork takes effect. An importer said that the cost of new customs declarations and certifications plus high haulage prices would hit the pockets of British wine drinkers, while flat rate costs per shipment were pushing wholesalers to offer a narrower selection of bottles. And also now we're going to be seeing more weak wines go onto the market to bring the prices down so people more like to buy this stuff. It does open the market up for alcohol-free wines, I imagine. So we're looking at the totally avoidable increase in the cost of wine across the board, said Jason Miller, the director of the Wholesale Theatre of Wine. Many importers will cut wines not because they don't believe in them, but because they don't feel they're able to muster enough volume. Daniel Lambert, who we will be talking about in a mo, he's done a tweet. Yeah, is it a tweet or is it an X now? What do you call them now? Are they tweets or X's? X's? What do we call them? Eeks? I don't know what we call them. What the hell is all that about? The flipping cross. And then he sticks a big cross on the top of the flipping building. What the hell did he do that? He stuck it on the roof of the building. There's all residential flats, apartments on the other side of the flipping road. There's giant flashing flipping cross. Stick flipping needle must do it. It's on big nails. That's what God took. Oh. Hope one day he does manage to get a spaceship to go to Mars, but hopefully it's just a one-way trip. Blimey. But man, he's wrecked Twitter. Literally. God, he's lost some money. That's funny. Well, now he's trying to make it more like the Chinese, the chat wheel or something they call it. I don't know. The Chinese app was sort of all-encompassing, does everything kind of thing. That's what he wants out of it. Let's see if it lasts that long first. Was worth 44 billion, although you overpaid, and now it's worth 15 billion. And it seems to be decreasing every day. Oh. So Daniel Lambert, a wine wholesaler who imports about 2 million bottles a year for UK retailers, said he estimated post-Brexit bureaucracy would add £1 to £1.50 to the price of a £12 bottle of wine. Yeah. That was then. No, shit is just hitting the fan. That is. Oh, dear, never mind. Okay, come again. Well. Oh, it's just like, you have like a machine and it's sort of like finely tuned and it's working and everything happens. You press a button and that, and something comes out of that hole, but like a vending machine or something like, well, actually, vending machines quite often don't work. But anyway, a finely tuned machine, well oiled and that, yeah. And now what we've done? It's like, Nigel Farage has just jumped in head first. And on followed Alexander Boris, the Pfeffel Johnson, Jacob Rees-Mogg, and all those numpties, one after the flip another, just to break the machine. Only part of the machine, obviously, the part which is sort of like, it's like the conduit of the United Kingdom. Like an umbilical cord to the European Union. It's been cut off. Might as well have been. But don't worry, we've got a new one. We've got a new umbilical cord. It's a very long cord, 11,000 miles to the CPTPP. Lovely. So while your food is not coming from the EU, because that's likely what's going to end up happening come this October, and then, even bigger problems in January, although I wouldn't be surprised they kick the can down the road again. Regarding the checks, import checks, which can include phytosanitary, the damage that did getting stuff out of the UK into the EU. It's going to, like I say, exporters in the EU or so, it's not worth the candle. We'll sell it to them over there because they can, because they've got a big market. Now, I was reading something yesterday where those of you up in Scotland, where it's, the mountains and it's cold and the snow and stuff, you've got the Hebrides and lovely. It's just feeling a bit more normality up there. Well, maybe not so much recently, because what's going on with sturgeon and some of the other stuff that keeps going on, which seems a little bit of a witch hunt. But anyway, your food up there, you've got more shortages up north, including the Red Wall, up north than you do down south. Obviously, the reason for that is if you're a haulage company or logistics of any kind, you're going to say to yourself, well, let's supply those services and those customers first because they're closer. And with fuel prices as they are, it makes sense to service everybody down there, and then maybe we'll do a fill up top there as well, we've serviced these ones first. So you're always going to be at the end of the line because you are the end of the line because most of the stuff is coming via Kent, which is a concern. Didn't vote for, did you? Up in Scotland? No, I know the Red Wall did. Fools! Ah! Bad. What a bunch of flippin'.
Kipper!
Oh, that they are. Blimey. Sorry, not all of them, obviously, but there were quite high numbers. And then Sunderland. Oh my God, don't shoot yourself in the foot. How stupid is that? Hello, David Dack. Scotland will be free. Freedom. Oh, yeah, I saw that film too. Yeah, one day. Well, I've told everybody that my thoughts on that. I don't want Scotland to leave, but I know it has to. Besides, I feel that Scotland's its own country. Who the hell am I to tell Scotland, oh, you stay with me, you belong to me, oh, you're my Scotland, you're not going anywhere. No. Not at all. No. If the shoe was on the other foot, it could be, couldn't it? Maybe one day we want to get rid of Scotland. Oh, no, probably not. There's too many resources. Yeah. Let's just suck at dry first. Bleed Scotland dry first. That's what they're going to do. Take everything they can and just then leave it on its own. Bastards. Not Scotland, obviously. No. Or Westminster. Oh. Oh. So, David Dack says, we all want freedom of movement and our rights back, almost definitely do, to live and work in the EU. Well, they'll give you the opportunity, don't they? They'll give you the opportunity, and my children opportunity who have had hair, my grandchildren who have been here, yeah. They walked into town at the moment because there's a fair on. I can't get them all in the car. So they walk down there and they're going to pick them up, in 2 hits a bit later on. And their opportunities have been much reduced. Just like yours have, and your children, your grandchildren, what have you, nieces, nephews, etc., your siblings. To live and love and work and what have you in 27 other member states. It's quite sad, really. Very sad. I'll be honest with you, it makes me bitter about it. And I find it very hard to forgive those, even if they say, oh, I made a mistake. Oh, crikey. I recorded a video yesterday. One geezer, he's feeling the pain now because he can't stay in his Italian house, and oh dear. They didn't tell me that. They said we'll make no changes to expats. Oh, I mean immigrants, yeah. We'll make no changes to us. That's what he said. That's what he said he was told. Well, I thought to myself, you arrogant twat. Sorry, but crikey. Selfish people. Of course it's going to make a flipping difference anyway. It's idiotic. But, all the other people have been affected. Like, I'm all right, Jack. They said it'll be okay. Well, they lied to him. And now we all had to suffer because, Brexit. And it was always going to be like this. In fact, it could have been a lot worse. I think the EU's been so flippin' lenient and patient. The arrogance that they had to put up with either negotiators, but also people, Brexiters. Call them fascists and stuff like that in the EU, what have you. Oh, yeah. Oh, we saved you. We did. Oh, yeah. If it wasn't for us Brits, or us English, us English Brits, you'd all be speaking German. They'd say the Brexiters, say, numpties. They just like to insult again and again and again. Quite frankly, they're thick as shit. Oh, did I say it? Oh, I did. I do apologise. Oh my God, hope the kids aren't listening. Anyway, they make me angry. I don't. It's not that I don't like them, but it's just that I just can't tolerate them, and I don't want to be. I just don't want to be anywhere near them. Because, I might say something or do something that I might regret later. So anyway, let's not get that bit. Anyway, who's there? Who's there with Thomas? Oh, hello there. Good day. Are we live? Oh, we are. I just come back from the shop in the rain. Oh dear. We've had a bit of rain here as well in France. It's warm and sunny today though. I'm sure this is the wettest July Wales has had since year dot. Every time I've been to Wales, it's rained. No matter what time of year it is. And even Jesus H. Christ was born. Bring on the wildfires. There'll be plenty of them. Oh, Timberwolf. Oh, cheers, buddy. I got a super chat. The thing didn't come on. Oh, haven't I got that on here? I got it on here. Oh, crikey. I haven't put on my what's it, Midufree. I need to add that in there. I need to get the what's it for it. Normally I get like a thing come up. But because I moved to a different computer, I haven't put it on yet. That's another thing I've got to do. So let me just make a note of that. Otherwise I'll forget, because my head's like a sieve these days. It don't help when your head's full of cold. Yeah, my voice. I've lost my voice. I woke up yesterday. I didn't do a stream last night. Because I was going to. I was planning to. I woke up yesterday and I couldn't even speak at all. I was like, nothing was coming out. Caroline thought it was bliss. She did. Yes, stream elements. So many things I've still got to do. And the lighting and stuff like that I've got to sort out in there. So, it's very annoying. The night times are easy to light in here, but during the day you get obviously light from elsewhere and it makes it a bit wishy-washy. So anyway, you can see my beautiful complexion. No? Okay, I'll shut up. So, oh dear. Oh, whatever, I didn't see you there. And Ben Riddings, Michael Howard was a Tory vampire, yeah. And speaking of being bled dry, oh crikey, not wrong. Keep telling people that. London, Tories, they're not our masters. We have the cash cow, says Mad Monk 33. That's obviously Scotland, because that's where he is. Yeah, that's neglected by Westminster. Let us Northerners descend down south. You know, you need all descend down south onto Westminster, all right? And get those fishermen with all their bivalve mollusks, even though they voted for it, and get them to dump them down. Oh no, they tried that. They bottled it. That geezer from was like Lockfin Languistins in Lockfin, and he said that you're gonna go down to Westminster and we're gonna dump all our rotting stuff that we can't get rid of at Westminster. They drove right down there in their lorries. They drove around a couple of times, got a fine, and drove off again. They didn't do anything. Not much of a protest, is it? I was expecting them to have, like, you know, they'll get tyres and stuff, like they do in France, you know. Yeah. And definitely dump the old rotting shellfish. Crikey, you can imagine it. Oh dear. I'll tell you what though, you could dump that on top of Rishi Sunak, you wouldn't have a clue where he is. Yeah, he's just a slimy. There he is. I bet Al Frogo, says Sir Larry the Cat. No banco. Al Frogo, no banco. Who'll still be whining on come Christmas. No, he'll be fine. He's got his Farage gin, hasn't he? Yeah. You got to have some Farage gin. See? There it is. Farage gin. 40 quid a bottle. Stick that in my butt. Yeah, well, well, anyway. Oh, yeah, oh, crikey. Look at that. Oh, isn't that lovely? Little miniature gift set. 25 quid for 3 miniatures. Stick up your bottom. I don't want that. That's ridiculous. Apparently it's made in the garden shed. Yeah. So he said. So what are you telling anyone that for? That's where all the rats are. Yeah. And actually, it's where he is. Unfortunately. He made a video as well. Oh, he did. There he is. Look. Look in. Oh, just a little bit. Go on.
Well, the working day is over, and that means it's time for a drink. Yes, it's 6 o'clock. Let's go and do it. Now, welcome to my latest product. Yes, it's Farrars gin. I know you've seen me drinking pints of beer. I love a pint of draft beer in the pub, but when it comes to home drinking, when it comes to a nice summer's evening, I just love a gin and tonic. And this range, well, of course, red, white, and blue. What else would you expect from me? This gin is genuine artisan gin, designed by a couple, developed literally in their garden shed in Cornwall, using Cornish.
In the garden shed. Full of looks of rat poo and stuff. He shows how to actually pour gin here as well. That's
are white, but this one has just a hint. When I say a hint, I mean a really faintest hint of licorice in it. It's quite distinctive. It's quite different. This is the one that I like the most out of the three. But when no one's looking.
Ooh.
And this one, I'm going for just an ordinary tonic. And you know, years ago, the slimline tonics used to be, is coloured with blue gardenia flowers, but it's not flavoured at all. This is exactly as you would expect a gin to be. It's very smooth, very easy to drink, And also, because of its colour, it's actually really rather good for making cocktails. So a lot of things you can do with this one, there really is. And just for a change, you know, given how tonics have come on in the most incredible way, look at that colour. That's amazing. It's like the deep blue sea. It's fantastic. We could be on the North Cornish Atlantic coast. And we're going to try one of the Mediterranean tonics with this, and they're becoming really, really popular. Tonics have come on so far. And actually, through lockdown, people have been at home, experimenting, making drinks, trying different things. And I think the real emphasis with these gins, it's a question of quality over quantity.
Oh, up longer. Oh.
It really is. Cheers.
No, up yours. Oh, I can't stand him. He's a foul individual, is he? Oh, things I'd like to do to old Nige. None of them particularly pleasant. No. Oh. Also, I just had a dreamy thought then. Sorry. Oh, and another one. Oh my god, I can't stop now. I'm on a roll. So anyway. Oh, there we go. Got your chat there, by the way. Yeah. Oh, I can show you. You know, there's a chat. Let's see. Ah, got it on there. I thought it was an idea. I thought that'd be a plan. So, yeah, it goes well with the Brexit days. Oh, it does. Not even a competent making a drink. Nope. Morning, Mad Monk says, just saying. Hello, just saying. I hope you're well. And, oh, who's Ebediah Thomas says, what a daft chancer. Farage's ladies ruin me. Give me strength. Hogarth's Gin Alley from the 18th century. Very Jacob Rees-Mogg. The haunted quiddle in an undertaker's suit. God, it's really hard to talk when you can't speak properly. Yeah. I can't speak properly anyway. Now I've got this flipping laryngitis thing going on. Drown your Brexit sorrows. Oh, I might have a glass of wine. Oh, so I have. Wow. Red, white, and blue. It's the American colours as well, that's right. And France. Yeah. Oh, there's Dutch as well, isn't it? And Dutch. There you go. Oh, there's my lovely cheap wine. I'll just remind you. Oh, that one there was €1.79. Yeah, sorry. This one here doesn't say on the bottle, but that was $2.49, and it's a Colton as well, 2019, Bordeaux. Quite. Oh, so I've got someone here. What's this one? I can't remember what's. Oh, I've done that one already. Obviously, because I bought a few of those ones. How much is yours again? Oh my giddy aunt. I know when my wife visited the UK last. She managed to get the cheapest bottle she could find was about €6, drinkable. She said about £6. So it's considerably more expensive in the UK, and obviously you've got the choice, I suppose. Now, I suppose you're gonna be getting a lot of California wines now, I imagine. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. There we go. The only spirit I like is golden and at least 8 years old. Arr, whiskey. Yeah. No, I do like whiskies and that. But I do like a lot of the white spirits, to be fair. So do you paint with? No. Yeah. Like gin, for instance. Not Farage gin, though, no. And I'm not keen on gins that have been messed about with. Like, for instance, pink gin and stuff like that. It's like they had loose sugar into it. And I thought, oh, God. Sickly. I don't like sickly stuff. I envy Wally, says Ginger's Giraffe. Yeah, I'm really tired too. Look at that. And Sebastian is probably in the other basket in the other room or asleep in the garden somewhere. They have a hard life. I'll tell you something, they haven't, but they're enjoying the company, but it's tiring them out. It's tiring me, I'll tell you. God. Little Grace, though, she's so easy because she wants to learn all the time. Little Toadie, we think she might have a little bit of ADHD or something like that. She's just doesn't keep still. She's constantly on the go, little Toadie. She's lovely. Don't get me wrong, she's lovely. But she kind of gets little Nana following her tracks and stuff, and it's like she's like the little ringleader. It's Toadie. So don't be wrong. She's absolutely lovely, but we need to find out what we can do to get a focus on something because she's clever. She's really clever, but she's just not. Her head's going all over the place. So you have to keep her concentrating on one thing all the time, and she can't sit still. Really can't sit still. Oh, a bit of German if I can, and the South Portuguese red wine. Oh, our spirits made of almonds and cherries. Oh my giddy aunt. That sounds lovely. So you don't want a Farage gin then? Take care, David. Be good, mate. It must be fantastic for the kids to be surrounded by nature. Do you know what? Grace is all right, but the others don't seem to. We're trying to make sure they're spending enough time outside and doing stuff in the garden and that. But it's where Yasmin lives. It's a semi-detached house, but it's small. You wouldn't want the kids. You wouldn't leave the front garden is bigger than the back garden, and you wouldn't want to leave the kids out there. To be honest, it's too dangerous now. So they spend too much time in the house, unfortunately. And Yasmin doesn't drive as yet. She's having, she's got a test booked. But it's like it's been programmed into him now. It just Simfan tablets. That just frustrates the hell out of me. It's it needs to be more controlled. Yeah. They've all got tablets, even little Naina. Got a tablet in this big spongy thing. They've got protections on and stuff, but it's just too much time they spend on them. They need to do some time on, because obviously it's the way of the world now, but that's too much. I feel that kids these days, in the olden days, we used to have a hoop and a stick. But I do feel these days is that kids need to be, whereas we used to entertain ourselves, it's like kids have to be entertained. Constantly have to have something moving in front of their faces to keep their attention. When that stops, it's like, what do I do? So yeah, it's like they don't know how to play. Whereas I have a little grandchild who lives there in France, little Sophia. She knows how to play. But Grace didn't really know how to play, but since she's been playing with Sophia, it's like it's brought it out of her. It's good for, it's really good for Grace. But Grace isn't really a problem anyway, to be fair. She's so she's just easy. She just wants to learn all the time. She's inquisitive. The other day she just come in our bedroom in the morning and just sits on the bed with us and that. We're just watching videos of rockets, launching rockets. She's fascinated by it. Just see things like that, And it's just, how's that work? And you show her, obviously they use these little motors, little rocket motors. And they use electricity and that to make the little rocket motor, to get a little igniter, and it ignites the rocket motor, and they go like 1,000 foot in the air or something. But no, she's fascinated by all that sort of stuff and how it works and how flight, the full forces of flight and whatever. She loves it all. She loves science. I think Grace says little little Tochi's just got to find her thing. That's what she needs, but she needs a bit of not guidance, so she needs to be nurtured into it. It's too easy to stick kids in front of a tablet or something like that to keep them quiet. But I kind of understand why, because Yasmin's got 4 very young children, and it's very difficult to keep. When one starts off, they all start off. Oh my god, my head's spinning. I'll tell you, it's so noisy, Not used to it, you see. Yeah, I have brought up 6 kids, but but we never had that, and it was never like this, never. Even with 6 kids. So anyway, Alaston Khan, hello there. I hope you're well. Oi, ahoy, ahoy, says Lefty Boater to Alastar. Gordon's Gin by the Human League. Oh, fabulous music track. Around here, if you can try the Gin Ha, Liquor Barrel, Amendra, would that be almonds? Amarga, sweet and pleasant to the palate. I work in a special education and found that the students I work with love the sensory aspect of being outside, says Ben Riddings. Yeah, I can imagine that. It's experiencing things that you haven't necessarily experienced before, isn't it? Having all that around you. We're surrounded by, as you know, by wildlife and what have you here, and greenery and trees, lots of trees and stuff. And then obviously the garden and stuff like that. It's quite sweet actually. We put out in the garden every day and pick beans and tomatoes and stuff like that. And then we made their dinner, and they ate all of it because they're involved. be fair, they're good eaters anyway. Eat chilies and all sorts of stuff. They eat tots. Crikey. Yeah, they like hot food. But it's probably because the father's Nigerian and he does like chili rice and like a chili soup thing. Like a broth. It's really, really hot. And they love it. You know, burns me. My lips go all red. It's nice, really tasty, but it's really hot. It must be fantastic. Yeah, there's loads of nature here, as you know. It is rather nice. But a lot of France is like that. Obviously, if you go into towns and cities and stuff like that, it'd be a bit different. But yeah, it's a relatively large country, isn't it? You know, with lots of rural areas, and the farmers do have a lot of power. Yeah, they really do. Scroll down. What? Don't get into that curious droid attire again. You look far cooler than you're then. Just stop smoke. Do you look like I should be having a tinfoil hat? Oh dear. Just saying, no, too lazy. 1,700 videos and 200 subscribers. Whoa. Who? You got 1,700 videos now? You do shorts though, don't you? So you do a lot of clips. That's a lot of videos in a short period of time. Who? I privated most of my videos after I got strikes. It doesn't make any difference, to be fair, but at least I can't get reported because people can't find them. So it was about 2,500, 3,000 videos that I privated. So it really kicks you in the teeth. It does. We've got to do things like that because the rules change. I've got about 1,000 on it now on this channel. It's about 1,000. I'm starting to catch up again. So yeah, it's one of the reasons why I've been putting a lot of videos on because it's kind of your baseline income, and it doesn't, you know, most income comes from the short period of time that you first put them on. But then you get a little trickle. And obviously, the more trickles you have, you help keep a little bit of baseline. And also, people find you if they're doing searches. It becomes searchable content. Scroll down. Hello, Kool-Aid. It's a Lego. It says, oh god. Oh, it's our almonds. Oh, nice one. I guess that because it looked like almonds, like it would be almonds. So anyway, the next article we need to look at is this one. Well, also in the Financial Times, which nope, not that one. There you go. Also in the Financial Times, it is. So suppliers. There we go. Make it a little bit more. It's better. Suppliers and makers warn systems that are beginning on the 1st of August will hit sales of stronger drinks or trigger a drinkflation. Is that a new technical term? A drinkflation? Will we all end up being a lot healthier as a result? Maybe. Because in the day, alcohol's not great for you, is it? Not really. Of course, it's wonderful stuff. What am I talking about? So fans of full-bodied red wines and boutique gins will have to shell out more from next week as post-Brexit alcohol duty. Yes, post-Brexit. This is because of Brexit. Alcohol duty rules come into force in the United Kingdom, while those who prefer beer risk ending up paying the same for a weaker lager in the sign of drinkflation. As anyone noticed that they're starting to reduce the alcohol levels down to about 3.5% or something on some of the beers. So, now this was first set out by old Rishi Sunak. He was Chancellor of the Exchequer at the time in 2021. Said the new system aims to encourage consumers to cut back by taxing a drink according to the alcohol content rather than putting it on, one of 4 categories. This is causing a hell of a lot of problems because it makes it think, instead of it being simple, straightforward, it's made it complicated. So wine and made wine. Wine and made wine? What's that mean? Wine and made wine? Am I misunderstanding that? Beer, spirits and ciders. Wine and made wine. I don't get that. What does that mean by that? Do they mean artisan? Maybe artisan wines? Oh, I don't know. So at the time, the then Chancellor billed the overhaul as the most radical, he does that, doesn't he? Most radical simplification of, how is that simplified? Simplification of alcohol duties for over 140 years. It's complicated. Now he's enabled by Britain's exit from the EU, so he says. In March, the government also announced a higher draft relief on beer bought in pubs as part of the Brexit pubs guarantee. Actually, if I remember rightly, I did a video on this just after this was announced. And if I remember rightly, that statement about Brexit is inaccurate. Does that surprise you? Do you think I'm lying? Well, if I remember rightly, what it was, the minimum level set for taxation on different alcohol drinks and stuff like that was still much lower, or the minimums were still much lower than what Rishi Sunak was prescribing or suggesting. So it's just another lie. So it was. I need to get a video out. I might see. Yeah, maybe. Well, anyway, so Simon then Charles Bill, the overall's most radical simplification, which is bollocks, as you know. So in March, the government also announced a higher draft relief on beer bought in pubs as part of the Brexit pubs guarantee. Now, no one's seen a saving, have they? No. The reason for that is the pubs were struggling to make ends meet. It just got gobbled up, basically. It wasn't being handed down by the breweries. So Carl Hanley, who runs the nearly 500-year-old Hand and Shares in the City of London, is among publicans who expect the duty, which will be linked to retail price inflation, to have little impact on customers' habits. He said his regulars don't ask the price. They tap their cards and say, no worries. I won't be a bit surprised. Many people are, though. Many people are having to, justify their expenditure. It's becoming luxury now. So, however, producers and suppliers have warned that the rules will lead to a drop in sales of certain wines and spirits, and a squeeze on craft distillers. Well, we're already seeing bespoke distillers, craft beers and what have you. They're falling to the wayside. In fact, I've got a document which was bollocks Brexit Kool-Aid. Yeah, too right. Well, thanks for that, buddy. Thank you. If I remember rightly, I was given I've got it. Yeah, it was only a few months ago. A document, Excel document, on all the pubs that are shutting down in the UK and the reasoning behind it. And it's sad to say, to be fair, but there's a lot. And they're citing that Brexit is the main cause of importation exploitation. Because many of these small microbreweries, what have you, were exporting stuff, including pubs, we brew stuff on site. A lot of them were sending, a bit like Brewdog, who was selling a lot of stuff in the EU. Now they're finding that it's almost impossible to do so. It's just too costly. You price yourself out of the market. The problem is you're seeing it. There will be, undoubtedly, be big volume drops, said Andrew Booth, the managing director of the specialist wine distributor, Hallgarten and Novum. Oh, giddy, that sounds like something that Jake Rees-Mogg would come up with, wouldn't it? It's more evident in retail, and suddenly the $9.99 wine becomes $10.50, and the volume will drop massively. See, the $9.99, to me that sounds expensive. A bottle of wine. You're going to you've got to bring your pee out, aren't you? Anyway, according to the Wine and Spirit Trade Association, which represents more than 300 companies, 80% of wine consumed in the UK is bought in supermarkets and smaller retailers. At present, the duty on a bottle of wine with alcohol percentage by volume of 15% or less is £2.23. From August the 1st, thanks to an easement that will end in February 2025, still the sparkling wines with an ABV of between 11.5% and 14.5% will be taxed at an extra 44p. Well, the rate for the bottle will with 12.5% ABV. So the tiny savings. Can you imagine what's going to cost to try and sort this out. So wines stronger than 14.5% will pay a sliding scale of duty. And the levy on the bottle of port, for instance, with 20% ABV, for example, will jump from $2.98 to $4.28. So that's pretty much every bottle of port, isn't it? That's quite a bit of duty. That's all one bottle. That's crazy. So wines under 11.5% ABV, which make up 12% of the total wine produced. Oh, that's like baby wine, isn't it? It's what you give your kids, isn't it? We'll see duty reduce. So it'll become a little bit cheaper. It's just complicated and everything. Paperwork's bad enough as it is, isn't it? With all this red tape. And now they've got to deal with this as well. Don't forget about wine exporters in the EU. They're going to have to deal with this as well, aren't they? So hassles. Just lots of hassles. So still sparkling and fortified wine will be taxed according to the alcohol content under the rules coming into force in August. But easements will soften the blow until February 2025. Don't forget, exporters in the EU, they have to register VAT in the UK and prepay the VAT. And then they've got to go for a huge amount of aggro to try and claim that VAT back. So, August the 1st, 2023, wine tax time. And then it gets even more expensive. It's been eased in. So they're staying pretty much the same on still wines until 98 there. But as you see here, after 2025, everything's got to be more expensive basically. And you know what it's like? If you add an extra £1 in taxes, you're going to be charged £1.50. If you add another £2 in taxes, you're probably going to be charged £3 because there's fees, there's costs involved administering all this. They've all of a sudden made everything far more complicated. So the wine's strength depends on the part on the climate of the region where it is produced, making it difficult to lower alcohol content. Reducing alcohol content in beer is, by contrast, relatively simple. Many brewers have, in recent months, lowered the alcohol you probably noticed in their beers to avoid being hit by higher duty from the 1st of August. It's going to taste awful. While others have launched new low alcohol products. The Carlsberg has cut the ABV of its Danish Pilsner brand from 3.8% to 3.4%, while Green King has trimmed the ABV of its Old Speckled Hen from 5% to 4.8%. They're wrecking everything. Ruining it all. So you're getting less blooming biscuits in the packet. Your Big Macs are shrinking. And now your beer's becoming weaker. They'll be charging to breathe next. Probably. Oh, that'll be the next thing. You're buying like little balloons of air. Oxygen. Balloons of oxygen. Just to survive. And then it'll be like that. What's that? Time? Was it Time? That film where you had that like clock on the arm. You had like 25 years. You keep like trying to earn your time. Otherwise you just kind of stop. A bit like the 5G masts. Or the vaccine. Anyway, there we go. So, oh, dear me. Kool-Aid 76. I've been to places that only have Brewdog on tap in Brewdog on tap in the Netherlands at stupid prices. Oh dear. Brewdog does some good beers in that. Yeah, there's two partners was in Brewdog. One was a Brexiter, and the other one is not. And the one that is not I did the video based on what he was saying. So it's pretty much screwed their export business. Brexit. How I just can't fathom in my head how anyone thought by adding more red tape is going to improve your business. It doesn't make any sense. There's no logic in it. None. It's nuts. It's just I don't get. Every day I just I don't get it.
There is a great disturbance in force.
But it's you're messing with people's beer and the wine, but not here because it's cheap. I know it's cheap in Portugal, but also crikey, Spain, Italy. Well, when me and Miss went to Italy in the camper, I came back with so many bottles, 20 bottles of spirit I bought whenever I went to Italy. Not when I went on the motorbike, obviously, but when in the camper. Yeah, it's like €5 or €6 a bottle. It's ridiculously cheap. especially white spirits, because not white spirits as in like paint thinner, no, as in vodka or something. Use it or gin, quite often use it to do put fruit in it and stuff, and just cheap alcohol for that. Put cherries in it and all sorts of stuff in it, but white inside, all the colour comes out, but all the sweets and sugars and the flavour comes out is lovely. Oh, Simon says 55. Hello there, hope you're well. My English fails me sometimes. Oh, so does mine. I don't know what you call my English. It's kind of not English. It's kind of like, is that like, I don't know, mixture of Norfolk and actually a laryngitis in a minute, but there you go. Can't believe I woke up yesterday. I couldn't speak. Nothing come out. What am I going to do? Oh, I felt quite naked, I did. Yeah. Actually, I wasn't naked. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Kippers. Oh, got any kippers? Yeah, okay. I'll come out one. There you go.
Kipper.
Oh, Wisconsin makes wine from lots of different fruit. Their cherry wine was always... Oh, crikey, cherry wine. My father made a cherry wine several years ago. Well, obviously, because he was dead now. But, and he's a Brexiter. But anyway, he made this cherry wine from a cherry tree. Not the tree itself, but the cherries off the tree, obviously. Yeah, okay. And oh my God, they went like syrup. It literally went like syrup. It was so sweet. He didn't add a lot of sugar and he didn't need to. But it was, very wet for your head. I can remember nicking it and topping up with water. As you do as a kid. That's things you do, isn't it? BSC. Oh my God, French BSC. Are you talking about mad cow disease? Any mad cow disease in France recently? Oh, I did see something about that the other day, actually. There are problems. Well, problems everywhere, isn't there, But we do have our fair share of problems here in France as well. Was that a fly? I just saw it. I just heard. That's too old. Well, on the news, the first one that comes up was... No, it's not the forefront of the news at the moment. It's in the Netherlands. I found it was February, though. Not at the moment, it doesn't seem. No. We have got mad cows there. You got Marine Le Pen. She's a mad cow. So anyway, mead wine. Oh, you like stuff like honey wine. What the monks would have, and the monks did mead. Was it the monks? No, I haven't heard of any mad cows apart from Marine Le Pen. Jim Dory, hello there. Made wine, general term for wines made up. Oh, I see. Oh, thank you. From several ingredients legally since 1989. Those made from fruit and sugar. Most English country wines. Elderflower. Oh, elderflower. My grandfather used to make elderflower wine. Oh, and elderberry wine. It was so dry. It was good, but it was really dry. Damson, oh lovely, etc. Oh, they all made wines. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, look, I've learned something. So, made wines is a general term for wines made up from several ingredients legally since 1989, and those made from fruit and sugar. Most English country wines, elderflower and damson, etc., are made up wines. Cool. So it's got more than one fruit and stuff, or more than one ingredient. So made from several ingredients. Interesting, thank you. Scroll down. Oh, cherry wine. I've been to places that only have Brewdog on tap. Oh, said that already. My English fails me, done that. Perhaps because Brewdog brew in the Netherlands. How does it actually work? Because Brewdog's in the UK as well. I think they probably brew all over the place, don't they? It's like a lot of them. They got quite big in their Brewdog, haven't they? A bit smaller now, but they got quite big. Usually ginger. Oh, cool. Have ginger wine at Christmas. Oh, lovely. Oh, what are you doing to me? Get me all excited. Buckfast, wreck the house juice. What? I don't know that one. Does running methylated spirits through bread get rid of purple dye? Still work? I have never. What? If you're talking about spirits, like for instance, you can buy alcohol here. I've got a fly in my hat. Look at that fly. Ow. Anyway. You can buy alcohol by litre here for about £1, about euro 50. I think it's about €1.50 now, actually. But they add something to it, and obviously it's going to have methanol in it as well, not just ethanol. There'll be a mixture. But what you could do with it, you see, you could make your mash, and you could just add that into your mash and distill it. I haven't tried it. I bet it'd work. What a bit? As in a dog. And then just end it. We're having a big stretch. Oh, was it a big stretch, boy? What's that? We do want one of these. You want a treat, my fella? That was gentle for a change. I bet the other cereal noticed. No, door's not there, and Waddy's still asleep. I'll leave him when he's asleep. Yeah, well, and that was distraction. I forgot what I was going to do. Oh yeah, but you can make up your mash and then distill it out of your mash. Now, I was distilled before, but I better not talk about that here. But no, I bet not. It's quite easy anyway. So I haven't thought about using it to put through bread to get rid of purple dye, Bernie. Well, I don't know, but I don't see why you couldn't distill it. But you don't want methanol. Well, you don't get rid of the methanol. Whenever you do any distilling, you always get rid of the first 100 mil, 50 to 100 mils of whatever you distill, because that'll be where the methanol comes up. It's that temperature range, and then when you get into the ethanol, it's that's fine. That's noisy. 1989. Okay. Hiya, gingers, Alistair. Gingers, you can roast the root and grind it to make coffee. Cool. Now, when I went to Ginger Island, there was ginger everywhere. Lots of ginger. I think it's a bright orange flower, actually. It's quite a lovely plant. You look like... Ginger says, Marcus, you look like you're on a tropical island. It's chilly here, and I'm wearing long sleeves and wool socks. No, it's quite warm today. It's fine. We had rain yesterday, yeah. But today, I thought I'd lap it up, with my wine. Like my holiday. Like a sort of permanent holiday here, apart from all the work I have to do. Yeah. Anyway, how long have we been live for? An hour so far. I can't obviously go too long because I say obviously, you know what I'm like, but my voice would be gone. Gone. Right, Daniel Lambert is who I want to. So Daniel Lambert, what he did. Let's bring on into the. What he did, Daniel Lambert Wines. Now he's phoned in on James O'Brien's show before. Now, exporting from the UK into the EU or from the EU into the United Kingdom has become far more complicated, obviously, because there's no red tape. And you have a thing called an URI number. It's EORI, I think it is. To get that, you have to have a representative registered in the country you're sending to. That works in both directions. So what Daniel Lambert did, he lives in South Wales, I think it was. And what he done to get over this problem, remember this all adds a huge amount of costs. He moved. He took his family, before the end of the transition period and all that, he took his family over to the EU, into France. I think it was Marseille he actually moved to. And set up there. Kept his business running with his staff and what have you, in his warehouses and office and what have you, in Wales. But set up a new office and warehouse, new business basically, in the EU. And that way, when he wants to create he gets URI numbers, so he can do all the paperwork to import or export. This way, he can talk to himself. Obviously, speed things up. So that's what he's done. So it's quite, it's forward thinking. So because he's one of the people, he won't be alone. There'll be lots of people, just like the Cheshire Cheese Company and what have you, who struggled. And bike exporters, bike manufacturers and that as well in the UK. Well, I say manufacturers, they basically just stick the bike together, don't they? Buy a load of parts and then put them together. But they all struggled because of Brexit, obviously, and because of red tape and with the rules and extra duties and tariffs. And yes, there is still tariffs. I might say it's tariff free, but it's not really. Tariffs come in many forms. Sometimes it's just fees, not necessarily percentage rate tariff. So anyway, is it owner of Wales' best and most awarded wine importation company, supplying retail, wholesale, non-trade. 30 years doing that. Of tasting and trading. Oh, that sounds like a job, doesn't it? I'll be permanently drunk. You can't waste the stuff. You spin it in a little spit pot. What's that all about? That's silly. Don't do that. So, he's saying over the past 15 days. Oh, I wonder what is that's the pinned one. That's the pinned one. This is the one I want. That's the one. Oh, he's gone about Dover. Oh, crikey, that's not the one. There's another one. Back. Let's find it first, and then I made a booby. I don't like flies. They're really annoying. Okay, Daniel Lambert. He did a thread on it, so and I've lost it. No, this is not that one. 26, not that one, not that one. July the 29th. I found it. I found it. Leave weekend before the duty increases by at least £1 per bottle. And here is why. Okay, I got it. I found it. I did. Here we are. Okay, let me show it. There you go. We're back. There he is. Oh, Daniel Lambert. Yeah, it's Daniel Lambert wines. What the hell is that cross about? Oh, so stupid. Makes no sense. Like I said, what I'm doing now, I don't know if I'm eating or am I tweeting, I don't know. Well, on the eve of the weekend before the duty increases by at least £1 per bottle, at least, at retail. And I've been thinking about how easy it would be for a traditional start-up in the wine importation business. His view is that it would be almost nigh on impossible to set up a new business in the UK to import wines. But as wine importers disappear, well, it'll be done eventually. So the UK now has some of the most complex and ridiculous laws in place for the sale of alcohol. Remember this geezer, that's his business, he knows what he's talking about. And that health lobbyists will say that good, but actually the tax take on alcohol is decreasing, and the next weeks will hike up the speed of this decline. So although they might find that they might be able to bring in more revenue because of these new prices and these new taxes, they'll probably find people are going to start looking at other things, like homebrew. Well, but what does the future hold for the next generation of budding wine importers? Well, to be honest, it's pretty bleak. Now, firstly, we have the accreditations for importing, and there are many, such as you've got to get the ORI numbers and stuff, you see, as well, haven't you? And there are many. They're based on the perfect credit rating, so sizable capital required from the get-go. And you need to obtain the following in this order. Oh God, there we go. Oh, a limited company. Okay, that's quite easy to get yourself a limited company. You need a director and you need basically two people, a director and a secretary, a bare minimum. Then got to get yourself a VAT number. That's not quite so easy. And also there's a lot of legality that's attached to that, more so than just a limited company. The ORI number. There's 16 stages you have to go through online to get your ORI number. And that's all goes swimmingly well, providing you've got all the up-to-date information and you communicated with the people involved. Remember, there's a language barrier for a lot of these people. So HMRC, deferment account. To do that, especially so you don't pay the taxes straight away. RORO badge, as a minimum. I don't know what it is. RORO. What is an ROR badge? Let's have a quick look. I don't actually know what that one is. Oh, okay. Customers can use CT4's badge for RORO shipments through non-inventory linked ports. CDS declarations via non-inventory linked locations. Okay, would that be like free ports or something? Oh, roll on, roll off. Oh, now that makes sense. So you need a roll on, roll off badge as minimum. Access to the CDS, which is the import export system. They used to have another one called Chief. I don't know if it's still running, but there was crikey, that thing was patched up to hell. They didn't really need to. What they did try originally, I don't remember, but it kept failing. It kept falling flat on its face. The system was like 30 odd years old and it's been patched and patched and patched and patched. And it couldn't cope with the new requirements. You know, it was okay. It was the old system basically we were using before, while we were in the EU, and it didn't have a lot of demand. And now it's like, overload. So it failed. And they were developing this new system called the CDS alongside it. And at first they were using both systems together to do different parts of the process. But it took time, I don't even remember, but when they first uploaded this or started using the CDS system, they found that it's they kept failing, kept collapsing while you're making your process. And Daniel Lambert had to go through to do it in a different way, using codes and stuff like that to try and make it work. He did do a little. He did actually a blog on that before. Actually, it was just aggro, hell of a lot of aggro. It took ages. So the UK EMCS account, bonded warehouse keeper status. So you still got to have bonded warehouses? Really? A bonded warehouse basically means it's where you put your goods until they're ready to be shipped or be moved. While it's waiting for all this process to be completed, that has to go into bonded warehousing. This is all extra expenditure. So you know, how it was before. You stick them out of a lorry, you travel from point A to point B. Very minimal paperwork, even on alcohol stuff. But no, God's sake. Oh, and finally sell your first bottle, your ARWS license. This is just like jump through flipping hoops, isn't it? It's a right bottleneck. That's what it is. Now you can of course outsource some of these. It means more expenditure. In fact, the government encourages you to do so, but each one outsourced incurs costs. Yeah, of course. And reduces your competitive edge. You price yourself out of the market, of course. And therefore making less likely you'll succeed as a company. But that's not rocket science, that's just common sense. Well, it's basically the government is actively make more difficult and more expensive to import alcohol to the United Kingdom. And this is going to have a number of effects. New blood in the industry simply can't start. The choice is going to be eroded, and inflation is being forced onto supply chains at all levels. Now, I do believe he's right. They've been eroded because if you don't get fresh blood into the system, you've got nothing to back up or keep it to keep up the variety. Because like Daniel Lambert, he'll get his wines from certain places. You might get another importer, he goes somewhere else, and you get variety, spice of life, and all that. Anyway, so before we carry on with that, let's have a look in the chat. Oh, what's in the chat? Oh, okay, there's chat. There's that one there. There you go. Oh, I was showing the chat. So, hang on, it's not in properly, is it? Let's just make it so you can see it. Because it's crushed. It's still crushed. You do me. Yeah, I do. Sort of. Could make it a bit bigger. Oh, golden. That's better. That's loads better. Mosquitoes, Amber. A good idea. The birds and bats would help, but they aren't doing the job. Well, if you're talking about flies and mosquitoes and stuff, there's new things that with fans in them, and you don't get the little dodgy ones because they don't work. But there's some almost like suction devices that suck up the mosquitoes. They go through like a hole where there's a special light and stuff, and it sucks them up. But the crappy ones you see on like Facebook and the adverts and that, and maybe these YouTube videos, they're crap. They don't work. There once was a man from Kent, and there's a limerick for a young Zebediah. Finish it. Okay. We've got the limericks going on there. Scroll up a little bit. Oh, I've got to get a new citronella. Oh, okay. So, I had to put a blanket back on my bed. Oh no, really? God, really cold. Just saying. So, just saying. It was 13. Okay. Here in Southern California, says just saying, it took until 11 at night before it was 22 degrees. Crikey. And apparently, it's very wet in Wales, so wildfires are very appealing. I don't know about that. Especially if people go around setting them on light on purpose. Arson. In this dry, arid climate. Ugh. Not seen a dandelion and burdock soft drinks here in a while. No. We do have them here in France. I've seen them. They've got them in our supermarket. Mosquitoes are buzzing in my hair. Oh my god. Really? You have got it bad then. Are you near water? Don't talk to me about those mosquitoes. They're little buggers, aren't they? I'll tell you what they do well. You know the bug zappers, they work quite well with mosquitoes. Not very good with flies. They're quite good with mosquitoes and fruit flies and stuff. We've got some in the house, although I need to change the lamps on some of them. East Coast has been completely nuts, says just saying. Yeah. The thunderstorm we had late yesterday afternoon dropped the temperature by 20 degrees. Blimey. By 20 degrees. That's Fahrenheit, I know, but crikey. Gingers, that's not bad. It's been 15 degrees C here today, but when the sun breaks through, it shoots up. Yeah. I have to get a new citronella candle for the stupid mosquitoes. Now, when I was on Ginger Island, we had these, like, mosquito, like incense things. Yeah. Burn your eyeballs. Just saying up, they work well, I have found. Oh, okay. Oh, we got a limerick. Top Smoke's done a limerick. Okay, there was once a man called Farrage who wanted to make gin in his garage. He mixed it, he stirred, and then he incurred big tariffs cause of his 2016 barrage. Actually quite good. Says Top Smoke. Oh, crikey. Is it El Nino? Or is it El Nino? El Nino, no? So, I can't pronounce it anyway. This global warming, like, is getting extremely concerning. I think we've gone past the precipice now, personally. I'm no expert, but if you look at everything's going on, everything seems to be speeding up. Very worrying. Very, very worrying indeed. But nothing will happen. No one will do anything. Unfortunately. When you haven't seen Dutch and German blonde teenagers walking past you, you have never lived. There was frying eggs on chests everywhere. Jimmy Savile would have had a fit there in 1993. Alastorm is 17 degrees in Glasgow just now, and that's the air temperature. Yes, thing when you put obviously if you put it in direct sunlight, thermometers and stuff, then obviously you're going to get an inaccurate reading. At the moment, what is it in hell at the moment? It's not too bad. It's quite pleasant actually at the moment. It's warm, but it's not like hot. I suppose about 22 to 25 it feels like at the moment. Which is okay, it's fine. I bought some natural bug spray with citronella oil, and the mosquitoes didn't care. They are vicious. That's the problem with a lot of this natural stuff. I'm all up for natural stuff, but it's as useful as King Charles, as useful as King Charles. But it's just I find a lot of it doesn't work, unfortunately. Mosquitoes are quite easy to capture, though. They do get tempted by stuff. What sort of mosquitoes are they? Like tiger mosquitoes? Those horrible ones. Gingers do like ginger ale. Gingers are not a fan of ginger ale. Oh no, we just got you loads. I'm kidding. And there are people who still think Brexit was a good idea, Lefty Bow. You aren't wrong. There's still people out there who think Brexit is a good idea. And they're still going on about it as well. They tell us we've got to get over it, you see. Oh, am I on live chat? Okay, so that. How'd that happen? Oh, thanks for that, Ginger. Mad Monk. Was I telling not to put your chat on, not top chat? Oh, okay. Well, I'm on live chat now. Oh, yes, as you can see. Yeah. Live. Silly me. Rabnori. I've got a lot to think about, doing this. My name is run by Gary Newman. When they called me broken, I knew when they called me evil. I knew when they called me ruin. I knew I would always find my way to ode to Brexit. Defo heartbreak. Yeah. Oh, hang on, is that Limerick? Good touch, this Marcus. Showing comments occasionally. Yeah, clever. Ah, no worries. I could have done it before. I just didn't think about it. I think it's quite nice to get people involved in it and see what's going on. The thing is, though, it's about participation, isn't it? So we're sort of like all there together kind of thing. I think it's quite important. Farrars got a bit upset with Nick Robinson. Oh, he did, didn't he? I remember now. Yeah, he's that's quite funny. He felt victimised. He did. Oh, Farage. Yeah. And Nick Robinson, he rolled back a little bit. He said, "I'm just having a laugh. Let's have a joke with you." Farage is all grumpy. That's what happens when you lose your bank account. But I don't understand why everyone's going on about this. There's a couple of things that bugged me a little bit recently. One is what was it now? Dan Wootton. There's been very little media coverage of that, obviously. But people are very, we as a whole, we tend to we attack him because we hate him. But as soon as, like, for instance, like something in Who Edwards scandal, no one's actually looking at what the actual thing was, but more interested in the fact, or have more problem with Sun because they revealed it, because it's the Sun. Well, it says a lot about a paper when it's hated so much. No one's really looking at the detail; they're just looking at of what actually he had said. I mean, the Sun had said. I didn't think my feeling. I didn't feel it excused him personally. But then there's Dan Wootton's not getting any coverage whatsoever, hardly. Only from individuals, not from the media, is he? So good on Byron Times putting so much effort into it. I just hope something comes of it. Because he's horrible. Absolutely horrible. And then they got Sinead O'Connor. I mentioned in this stream the other night, she got ostracised by the industry. Because she's a character. She always was a character, she spoke her mind. But people loved her for it, but obviously, as far as they were concerned, it gave them, the record companies were having a bit of grief. And she was very critical of the industry. Very critical. And they obviously didn't like that. But now they're going, the first thing she told her kids, the thing she told her kids to do was, if one day you find me dead, just quite pretty harsh thing to tell your kids, the first person to contact is my accountant. Now, her fear was that the record companies would profiteer from her death. So she made sure that her kids knew what to do. So yeah, put it for them. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's I was very fond of her. She was her music. It really touched me at the time. Irish singer. I can't do Irish. So back there we go. So there we go. Ticks on the rise up here too. Yeah, we're in the United States. You've got quite a few ticks as well. Some actually making. Oh, hang on. What did I read? Is this right? What I think, have I got this right? That oh God, that's delayed. I guess wait, a hell of a delay on this machine, isn't there? Anyway, what I was reading the other day, that these certain ticks were making Americans put them off the taste of red meat or something like that. Sound a bit weird. Is that true? Gingers, and just saying, have you been bitten by a tick recently? Do you still like red meat? Oh dear. And Vincent's here. Hello, Vincent. France has seen a huge surge in cases of tick-borne in recent months, yes. With the hospitalisation now at 94%. Blimey, that's high. Cases be concentrated around the French Alps. Yeah, I was reading that this morning. Here, it's the main problem is like dare ticks and stuff. I can't remember what they're called, but they're dare ticks. They give you Lyme's disease. Generally, what you do is if you do remove a tick, I mark it with a marker pen to just draw a circle around it. Because the thing is, if you get like a radial rings in redness radiating from the actual bite mark, you've really got to go to the doctors. You know, but what we tend to always have antibiotics in the house, so we quite often just, if we have had one, we'll take a couple of days worth of antibiotics, just keep things at bay. And if it does start showing its ugly face, we'll then go down to the doctors. It's all very quick here, you see. I mean, regarding the health services, it's so efficient, so there's no real problems there. But we have had a few friends that have had a lot of problems. One guy died, not because of tick, but he really suffered. I think he eventually passed away. A friend of ours got a tick bite on a fanny. I shouldn't laugh because she was really ill, but yeah, she literally got one on a fanny. Got a tick on a fanny. I wonder how they found her. But she did get really ill. She went back to the UK actually because she thought she felt safer. Don't know why. Why you'd feel safe in the UK? Everything takes blooming long now, doesn't it? But she got really tired and lethargic. It really bugs you up. Ticks. If the bite mark gets a black ring, seek medical attention as soon as possible. It probably means you need a dose of antibiotics. And then there's a guarantee, is there? So is that I haven't heard about black ring before, but is that if you is that any tick, or is that just these ones up in the Alps? It's up to 1,200 meters or something, so it's like 1,500 meters. You can get these ticks. Anything above that, apparently you don't. It's Sunday, not Monday. Come down day. Oh, after Saturday. What? Yeah. You're not wrong, Top note sound. Sound? Sound. Ba 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 ba. I've got sound. Have you not got sound? Oh, you baggers! You cheeky devils, you! It's a test to see how long it takes to notice. 4 minutes 34. Oh my god. I've really got to find a solution there, haven't I? I ain't got that far down in the chat. I should have been right down the bottom. Sorry. That's a bad response time. You aren't wrong. 4 minutes. Oh, but at least it wasn't. Oh, God. You cheeky. Oh, you cheeky. Oh. It's quite a good test, though, I must say. Oh dear. I wonder actually on this system I could actually. No, I can't. I'd have to have it playing in a different system. I always got to play through the sound card, and then you'll hear it. You'll hear the reverb. Yeah, actually, is the audio okay? That is about right volume, isn't it? It sounds right. Let me have a look. Oh, buggers. Oh my giddy aunt, you got me again. I'm ill. I don't you feel sorry for me. I'm still streaming. I'm ill. You know, dedication and all that. So it says. Yeah, actually, is the audio okay? That is about right volume, isn't it? It sounds right. Let me have a look. Oh, buggers. Yeah, we got sound. Can't play that because I play through the sound card. I have got another sound card. use that what I was using before, but yeah, you buggers. I should put Top Smoke on a naughty step for that one. That was actually quite a good idea. I didn't think about doing a test. That's actually quite a clever idea. I wonder if there's one way of doing like a notification thing. So you just press a button. I need to have a look at that, don't I? Yeah. You were fooled. I know now, you devils. Marcus banned from the fire brigade. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Oh, very, very good. Oh. All shorts. Jim Toy said, what drew you to the left of politics? What were your influences? I just can't stand nasty shit. I just want to treat people like human beings, unless they're Brexiters. Then I'll call them gammons. But, it's just... I just witnessed so much flipping the hot... with obviously Brexit and that as well, obviously affected us. And it kind of made me more aware of what's going on around me. Because of... affected us because we live in France. But the level of nastiness has all got me. And I started doing this channel. Was literally originally I was just doing short videos, random stuff, and because of YouTube Shorts sort of kicked off. And then I did one video about James O'Brien. I don't think it's on there anymore. What's one of the ones I got rid of? But the title was something, James O'Brien, the snake in the grass, and it was I was like, I wasn't saying that he was a snake in the grass. I was just being sarcastic, I think. And anyway, I did quite well. I thought, oh, okay, might be something in this. So I started doing a few more, and they started doing okay. And then really, I was just feeling my feet really because YouTube was kind of like I say to everybody else. Like for instance, number 3, who's not here today, but number 3 is quite often he started a channel, and like I say, you just got to press record. You can procrastinate, and I didn't. That's basically what happens. I just got the build up your courage and what have you, and then doing through live. I went to Ginger Island with Graham Hughes. That built up my confidence with regard to doing live stuff because I didn't think it was me at all. And I do a few live stuff, a bit of live stuff now. And I'm not saying I'm particularly good at it. I just, I just kind of like I quite enjoy it actually. It's quite nice to engage with people. Otherwise it's like there's no face to. You might see in the chat, and as you know, I do read the comments. I go through the comments, or something might randomly comment or whatever. Sometimes it's just an acknowledgement to say that I have read it, but it's just that you kind of put a face to everything. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of you get to know people more and more, a bit more of a relationship with those who have been kind enough to be loyal, I suppose. Been watching us. Some of the faces on there have been with this channel for a long time. You're mad. Something wrong with you. Oh, we've got some gifted memberships. Cool. Alistair Care, or Alistair, Alistair Care, he's just gifted 5 all shorts memberships. Nice one. Well done, buddy. Cheers. Pretty cool. So Susan DeWitt's got a membership. Yay. And Mithrill's got a membership. And David Lewis now got a membership. Eric Davidson's now got a membership. And also Galaxy Fur. Hello, Galaxy Fur. I didn't see you there. Well, nice one. Thank you. That's cool. See, that's the whole thing. It's engagement again, isn't it? I think it's very important. It gives you, but also myself as well. It's good for me as well. Because doing YouTube is actually quite lonely. It is. I live here in France. And we don't go many places. To be fair, that flipping fly, go away. We don't go many places. Although we will start camp is going to be CT in a week's time. It's a bit awkward at the moment because I've got the kids here. And so we will be travelling about and doing this, travelling about. So I'll set this up in the old camper, which is pretty damn cool. So Alistair Calm is now a member for 1 month. Time flies. The month already. I know, it's nuts, isn't it? Crazy. Crikey. You'll now have your little... Oh, you've got your star. So, yeah, so we could be travelling about with El Camp, man. We go to different places and do some live streams and that as well. I think it would obviously be very bound to is obviously the internet connection. Because at the moment, my internet connection is quite good here at the minute. So it's just a bit of the vibrance it's made. It's there again. Look. You know why? It's because I've got flipping doors open, so dogs can go in and out. So yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. When's that stalker coming to live in your barn for a week? Have you got the contingency plan in place to get rid of him? Pickaxe handle and the 24-inch still. I've got some 24. Actually, got several 24-inch Stilsons actually. In a holster. Oh, yeah, Stilsons in holsters. Just get old and just do nuts. Got flies as friends as well. They qualify, have memberships to the Hermit Union. Yeah. Have you given them names yet? Well, Ginger's just coming over. She is. So, I can't remember what date. I think it's the 17th September. I think it's about 17th. For a couple of nights, I think it is. So it'd be quite cool. It'd be great to see him. Scroll up. Is it me, or am I the only one that thinks Farrars should be treated differently? Chuck him out. Every part of society. Take his Mason. Is he Mason? Is Nigel Farage a Mason? I didn't know that. If that's the case. Nah, is he? Special handshake and all that? Is it the sickle? Or was it the hammer? No, don't say that on here. It hasn't come up anyway. Oh. Nigel Farage Amazon come up. Are you talking about Masons or are you talking about Mason jar? Oh, what's this? So, Rotarians, Masons, and 19th hole balls turn out for UKIP manifesto. Oh, crikey, really? Farage's chief author delivers a kind of PowerPoint demonstration without much power or point. This was in 2015. I'll show you in a minute. Anyway, let's get back to what Daniel Lambert was saying. There you go. So this weekend, if you're able to buy a few extra bottles to tuck away, do so. Oh, just too expensive to do that, isn't it? And visit one of the hundreds of wonderful independent wine shops around the UK. And they need your support like ever before. Finally, who remembers Mog spouting bollocks that wine would be cheaper in his Brexit wet dream? Oh, he did, didn't he? He said something about shoes and all sorts of stuff, didn't he? Or blooming... Oh, Jake Rees-Mogg. God, can't stand that, man. I really can't. Crikey. They're just so foul. They are really, really foul. Cheap shoes for peasants. Could be worse, though. It could be, I don't know, it could be Chinese dancing kid. Man, what's your problem with it? He doesn't look like you. No. All you got is cheeks. He's got cheeks. He does let me giggle, but he does. Is that on me? Oh dear. I think that's on loop. There's a loop. Well, there you go. And then you got, what was it, that Farage? Okay. Oh, anyway.
But the structural reforms that we're about to deliver include the Brexit Freedoms Bill. The Brexit Freedoms Bill is a fantastic piece of legislation, defining constitutional piece of legislation that will remove the dead hand of EU laws from our statute book finally. There are over 2,400 EU laws that will be amended or repealed.
There we go. Okay, so. Yes, we do remember Mog saying that spouting bollocks. That wine would be cheaper. And sheep shoes. For sheep or cheap? Cheap shoes for peasants. It turns out that he was lying. It doesn't surprise me, though, because it's so sad. So many believed the lies. Well, that's Brexit in a nutshell, isn't it? Now, I'm off to spend the day increasing all the prices on my accounts packages, ready for next week's duty hikes, which will lead to inflation in the United Kingdom. Oh, crikey, food price inflation as well. Yeah. What about all your, like, I don't know, chocolate eclairs? What eclairs? Or liqueurs? Liqueurs. So, self-inflicted inflation from the Tories. Yeah, more of that. I've showed you this already. So, it's not great, is it? No. I am unsympathetic for far too many voted for Brexit without bothering to educate themselves about such entirely predictable consequences. And Chris Gray says, no doubt some will be unsympathetic, but he's right to say that voters were given the impression that whilst Brexit was a huge and unnecessary change, most things would pretty much carry on as before. And certainly there would be no inconveniences. That's just people being gullible. It's not an excuse. They do like to tell us we've got to take responsibility for our own actions, yet they don't want to take responsibility for their actions. It's just nuts. Michael Gove. Oh my God. Remember when Michael Gove said categorically that Leave vote would have zero consequence on Brits living in France, Spain, Greece, and all the EU and freedom movement countries? Well, it clearly has, as you know. Well, I certainly do know. So.
Lynn is a part-time historian. She owns an apartment in France. Hello to you, Lynn. Thank you for joining us. What's your question?
Thank you. Good evening. As Kate said, I own a small retirement apartment in France. So my question is, what will be the consequences of a Leave vote for the hundreds of thousands of Brits across Europe who own homes?
Whereabouts in France is your apartment?
South of France.
In the south of France.
West Coast.
Yes. No, I've got friends who live in France as well, and one of the things is that many of them are people, or they have homes in France. Many of them are voting in favour of Britain leaving the European Union because they think it's in Britain's interest, and they also know that there are international laws and international rules that mean that if you're legally and ordinarily resident in another country, then even if your home country votes to leave the European Union, all your rights, all your privileges are carried on and are respected. So the one thing I would say to you, and indeed to everyone, who enjoys living and who enjoys the prospect of retirement, which I suspect is many years hence, enjoys thinking about retirement, the one thing is that your investment will be safe and your future will be safe, whatever the decision on June the 23rd.
OK, so you're absolutely 100% sure that if we choose to leave the European Union, that France, Portugal, Germany, Spain, the rest would totally abide by supporting people like Lynn and the 118,000 other Brits who are living overseas?
Absolutely. I think people will, across the European Union, respect international law. Of course they will. And I think...
90 and 180 days? Anyone? Pet passports? Anyone? Ham sandwiches? Anyone? Oh. Oh. Oh, I've got... Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe not. Oh, it's just... God, it's just so annoying. So many lies we were told, and so many people believed them. Unfortunately. Back up. Oh, it's very frustrating and very, very, very annoying. That it is. So, we got some gift memberships. Nice. There we go. Okay, so sinus sores. Govey, the white line of marching powder sniffer, that is. Oh. Gingers, just saying, I will be there for his usual Sunday live stream. I might rope you into it. What do you reckon? Are you up for it, Gingers? We could talk about Trump or something. He might be in jail by then. A bit of luck. That'd be good, wouldn't it? No matter how hard I try, I try. I can't put all shorts on the naughty step for that, BB. What have I done now? What's BB say? Oh dear. If a Tory voter calls me a loony lefty, I pull the old Jacob Rees-Mogg trick on them by calling them a dopey Dexter. Dexter being the Latin for right. Ooh. A dopey Dexter. I remember that one. Dopey Dexters. The dopey Dexters. Oh, very good. So Dexter is right for Latin in Latin. Oh, I need to remember that one. Dopey Dexter. As you do. In Latin. Oh. Mm-hmm. Is he Scottish? What? Is he doing a stream with you? Is he Scottish? Jim taught all shorts. If a Tory voter calls me a loony lefty, got Flores as friends as well. Look away! Look away! It's child abuse. I suppose is that would you class that as child abuse? It didn't really. Is it? He's just kids just having fun. I'm leaving my dog home alone. Oh no! Mm-hmm. The Horned Quill. Ghost Pencil. Daniel Lambert. Any relationship to Michael Lambert? No. I don't think so. They talk about the actor or Michael Lambert as in the other YouTuber. Go over the white line of... if you know Michael Lambert, actually, he's got a YouTube channel, just like Who's Ever Died Thomas has. He's a lovely guy, Michael Lambert is. I've spoken to him several times. He's a very nice bloke. Dinosaurs. Sinister is the Latin. Oh, sinister is Latin for left. Oh, now I'm getting confused now. When he uses the word, I think he means supposing. He's supposing. Goes cartilage in his nose. What's that? Our actress in EastEnders. What was her name? Crikey. She lost all that, didn't she? It all fell out. Through too much coke. You can tell he was lying. Yeah, his mouth was moving. It's like typical Tory there, Mad Monk. Slimy snake of a Tory. Yeah. His wife ditched him, but then again, she's not much better. There we go. Sir Bog Bollocks Chops. Go. Nice. Well, I've done a Marcus hour and Eddie. I'm going to call it in the mode because I'm really struggling now. Oh, it's not awful. Wrong one. Silly me. So it's all happening, isn't it?
Is a part-time historian.
Up there. That one up there. Have I done that one? Yeah. Even the Sun was saying back in 2016 that wine was going to be going up by about 5% because of Brexit. And now we've got this as well. So it's just everything. It's just like all these compounded issues, compounded cost increases. It's just making life hard for everybody, isn't it? You know, people can't afford these increases. So what is my job? What have I got to do? Obviously, I need to press that one.
Welcome to the Brexit, sir. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Loud. Was that really, really loud? I think let's have a look. I think that was really loud. Well, I need to go through all my sound. That's the job. I need to go through my sound effects. It won't be today. That'll be tomorrow. Oh, I've got lots of jobs to do. Okay. Stream elements got to be done. I've got to find something. How do I get people to inform me that I've got no sound? I need to find a solution for that. There is a notification thing I could do, I'm sure. Where you just press a button. Yeah, I hope to be live again tonight. If I've still got a voice by then. I didn't go live last night because I was in hell of a mess. I was oh, crikey. Oh, and Joel says, I had my Sunday lunch of pork chops with mushrooms. Even oven rice, salad, and a chocolate dessert. Oh my god, you do eat well. Crikey. I had to fork my kitty over the possession of my napkin, and you're still here. Nice one, Joe. God, that sounds nice. Oh, you do eat well, Matt Joel, you do. That poor woman was not ordinarily resident in France, just had property there. A delighted look on her face when Gove. That's a real good point, Chatty Rat. So her hopes were all like, oh yeah, that's okay. I might vote Brexit then. Yeah, because he said it'll be all okay. But that's all speculation. That's all it was. Everything was speculation. No decision. No one had said that is what would happen, as in the people in charge. No. Just speculation. Oh, they won't do that because of that. They'll follow the flipping rules. You only had to look at what was well, for a start, you only really had to look at post-Brexit regarding the papers they created for what's it called now? The effects of Brexit, basically. And, the consequence of Brexit. Preparedness notices. Crikey. They thought, oh, it was an eye-opener. But no, they said that won't happen. Oh, that won't happen. It's all flipping happened. All these so-called benefits of Brexit, sunlit uplands and all that. It's meant to nothing. There ain't no sunlit uplands. It's flipping obvious. If you're on the other side of the coin, like for instance in the EU, you're going to look at Brexit and say, I can't see any positive sides of Brexit really, so let's find some. So they will squeeze the UK to some degree to suit their own needs, unless it's politically difficult. It makes you look like a bit of like you're being vindictive or something. But pretty much everything they've done, I think they've been pretty generous, to be honest. Especially the way that we've spoken to, not just spoken to, but the way we've behaved. And we're not even applying the flipping rules. We've got Northern Ireland. There's Windsor Framework. Oh my God. It might be a little bit better than what the Northern Ireland Protocol is, but crikey, this blinking red and green lane lark, that's never going to work. Once those vehicles are on the road, they're on the road. Once the stuff is out of the back of that lorry and it ends up, back cars and all sorts of stuff, it'll end up everywhere. So it is. It's obvious. But don't worry. Jake Rees-Mogg, he said that we could have these scanners. Scan the lorries as they went across the border. High-speed scanners. Mixed pallet scanners. It's never going to happen, was it? No. Anyway, I am going to say ta-ta now, because I am about to lose my voice completely, and you might think that's a blessing in disguise, and then you make me feel sad, because you'll say so. Oh, Brexit unicorns, mugs, that they are. This is indeed a different dimension of time and space. Oh, that is. Joe's just saying. I'll do some more of those. That's Jake Rees-Mogg and the Time Machine. I've done a few of those. I've got a few. Actually, got a few on here. I'll leave you a few. That's what I'll do. And they're pretty cool, to be fair. Seem to have a break in the rain cycle, so we're gonna walk the dogs, and I might even do the same. I do like to walk the dogs. So everybody have a lovely day. What's left of it, and I might see you tonight. My aim is that I'll be going live between 8 and past UK time. It really depends on whether I can actually speak. Because last night I was a bit of a mess. So Anyways, have a lovely day, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Oh, what can we do here? Oh, I know. There's just more of these ones. You got Liz Truss. Oh, look, I can't see me now. And then we got. Oh, what else we got?
But the structural reform.
Just done that already.
We need to fund the furthest behind first. And for too long, the political debate has been dominated by the argument about how we distribute a limited economic pie. Instead, we need to grow the pie so that everyone gets a bigger slice.
And then you're gonna have, oh, how about a bit of, if you're a bit sleepy, there's, you know, if you want to send you off to sleep. Wait, Sebastian. Sebastian's making weird noises. How about
The NHS is and always has been a national endeavour. That was set out in 1944
This was actually
when it was a Conservative politician, Sir Henry Willing, who put forward the proposals for a National Health Service. That's right, a Conservative MP from my home city of Liverpool who conceived the NHS. A good omen, I think.
Oh dear. Oh, pork markets, okay.
In December, I'll be in Beijing, opening up new pork markets. That is a disgrace.
Eat on all the bread or not?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, then we take them off. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay, can I take off the meat and leave me the bread?
No,
ham
everything will be confiscated. Welcome to the Brexit, sir. I'm sorry.
Oh my.
Anyway, it's time for me to go. So I'm going to say to Tony, and thanks for joining us. Like I said, yes, Shrek. So, oh dear. Have a lovely day. Ta-ta. And thanks to the spanners and, well, everybody's joined us and all the members and stuff. Well, cool.